Hey friends, welcome to That's So Ray podcast. I'm your host, Ray, and this is the final episode of season 2. It's episode 20, which is so crazy to say because it literally feels like I just started season 2. But yeah, today's topic, I'm going to be talking about basically going for it. So this conversation and this topic, this episode is for those who have a vision, have a goal, have a dream, have something that's been on their mind that they've been wanting to do for so long, but have been sitting in it, overthinking it, overanalyzing, just going back and forth with it. And I'm hoping that it encourages you to just do it, just go for whatever it is. And yeah, let's get into it. I chose this topic because me personally, I relate to this so much. I feel like all this season, I have just been going for it with my podcast as well as just like content creation and just my lifestyle and my life. I've just been kind of doing the things that I've thought about that's been in my head for so long. And I've just been overthinking it and just never actually went for it. When we actually do it, or when we start thinking about the things that we want to do, we start thinking about all the steps, the process, the things that we have to do to actually get to what we want to do. And that can hold us back. That can make us start to think, are we qualified to do it? We think about all the setbacks, the things that could possibly set us back, and it's scary. We convince ourselves that we need more money, more time, more people there supporting us, more confidence, more experience, all more, more, more. But instead of thinking of more, we should just go for it with the resources that we have available. And through the process, through the journey, we will gain more tools, more resources, more people to help us, and so much more. If you feel like you don't have the tools or the resources for you to be able to reach the goal or the dream that you have for yourself or that you want, if you feel like you're lacking something, ask yourself, how can I be able to go for it? What do I need? What is the tools that I need? And if you do that, you are being productive. You are figuring out a plan. You are creating a plan to help you get to where you need to be. And yes, making a plan and figuring out all the stuff that you need that can help you can kind of be stressful, and it can make you think like, wow, I really can't do this because it might be so many steps. I think something that you can ask yourself that can kind of help you get out of, talking yourself out of it or stressing about it can be you asking yourself, what would I have missed on if I kept waiting? If I kept waiting, if I kept waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for the things, the tools that I needed to get to where I want to be, what could I have missed? And I think that helps me a lot when I think like that, because I'm like, okay, yeah, let me just do it. Like what could go wrong? If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I know that it wasn't meant for me and it might not be for me in that moment. So I just had to think like, my biggest concern is mainly, what if it doesn't work out? What if it's like a waste of my time? And I just had to think, I would never know. And if it was a waste of my time, if it didn't work out, oh well, at least I know. At least I tried it. I could say that I did it. So I think thinking like that can help kind of get out of the negative mindset a little bit. It's one way to get out of it. Going for it doesn't mean that you aren't scared, worried, anxious, stressed, or you know exactly how it's going to work out, what the outcome will be. And, it doesn't mean that you will have the perfect plan, but going for it can mean that you tried something that you've been thinking about. You took an opportunity, you put yourself out there, and you allowed yourself to fail. I think failure can be a scary word, but in life, you have to fail a couple times, and you will fail a couple times. We can't be afraid of failure. Failure can be helpful because it can teach you so much. Even the greats failed. I also think that going for it can mean you're willing to change your mind. We have a plan, right? We have this plan that this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. But sometimes through the process, we think of another route. We think of another plan, and it's okay to change your mind about how you want to do things and how you want to reach and achieve the goal and the dream. So you have to be open and willing to change your mind and not think like, oh, if I change my mind, that means that like it's it's not going to work out, or you just think negative about it. You try different things to see what fits you best, what fits your lifestyle, what fits your personality, just what works best for you. So changing your mind a few times can be okay, but changing your mind doesn't mean that you constantly switch when things get hard. You do something, you give it a chance, you see where it takes you, how it is, and if it genuinely isn't for you, it's not working out, then you go a different route. You change the direction, but don't just keep switching just because you feel like it's hard or it is hard. Just keep going until you realize, like, yeah, this isn't for me. Let me try something else. And something important to remember when it comes to changing your mind: when you change your mind, it doesn't mean that you failed. It just means that you realized what is for you and what isn't for you. You are realizing things about yourself, and that is a part of learning. And all through life, I feel like that's what's going to happen is you're going to realize so much about yourself when you do different things. If you stick to one route, you stick to one thing, you might not know what's out there for you. You might not know if that way is best for you. You won't know if there's something else better for you. So changing your mind can be a good learning experience. We can't let fear of failure, embarrassment, people's opinions stop us from going for it. If we focus on that, we would never do anything that we really want to do. I feel like for some people, the biggest obstacles is overthinking, perfectionism, fear of wasting time. One thing that I feel like everyone should do when they are thinking about going for it is figure out what your biggest obstacle is. What is holding you back? Is it overthinking, perfectionism, fear of wasting time, fear of failing publicly, or comparing yourselves? And for me personally, those have been my fears and obstacles whenever I wanted to do something. But the biggest thing that has been helping me get past that is my faith. When it comes to my faith, I put my trust in Jesus. And whenever there's something that's on my mind, things that I've been thinking about, things that I want for myself, I pray about it. And when I pray, I also take action. And from there, I just see where God leads me. And yes, if you pray about something, you can still take action. So the steps that you can do is making a phone call, applying for a job, getting the equipment, posting online, whatever it is that you want to do. You start there. You start simple, you start small, and you see where it goes, you see where it takes you. And during that time, you still pray, you still ask for guidance. Don't give up. Just continue praying to God, giving all your worries, feelings, stress, whatever you are feeling, pray about it, give it to God. Now let's get into season 2 reflection. So these are some things that I've learned this season. The first one is you don't have to feel ready to start. You can start messy, you can learn as you go, and you improve along the way. So don't think that to achieve your dream, your goals, that you have to be ready. You start wherever you're at. The second one is you can outgrow your original vision. So for me, season 2, I had a totally different look, idea. I had a whole plan and all these ideas that I had for season 2, but along the way, it completely changed. And I had to realize, like, that's okay. Maybe this way is better. So it's okay to change your mind. It's okay for the vision to change or the outcome to be totally different than what you thought the outcome was going to be. The third one is consistency doesn't mean perfection. So you don't have to execute everything perfectly to still make progress. You will make progress no matter how it looks. If you're consistent, if you're motivated, if you're disciplined, that's you making progress. If you're productive and keep going, that's your progress. All right, now before I end this episode, I want to talk about what's next for That's So Ray, what season 3 possibly will look like. I pretty much just want to continue encouraging, uplifting, inspiring, talking about my faith, and just focusing on topics that aren't talked about enough and topics that are really important that so many people can relate to, have more guests, be creative with the content that I create, with the podcast episodes that I upload, all of that. I just want to make this fun, comfortable, encouraging podcast. And I hope that season 2 gave that, because that is also what I hoped season 2 was going to be. But I just want to do a little bit more for season 3. There's definitely so many things that I want to improve. I feel like now that season 2 is over, I'll probably go back and listen, watch all the episodes, and just figure out things that I want to change, improve, add, do differently. And yeah, just like reassess everything for season 3 and just ask God to continue to lead me in the space that I'm in. And yeah, so if you are listening and you have an idea, but you're scared to start, you want to change careers, you want to go back to school, you want to start a business, you want to have your own brand, you just have big dreams for yourself, you have goals that you want to achieve, you have things that you want to check off your list. I hope that this episode has encouraged you, and I hope all my other episodes have encouraged you and allowed you to just, go for it, to step outside of your comfort zone, to build the confidence, to have discipline, be motivated, all of those things. And, that my episodes helped you grow closer to God, to maybe, do Bible study, open your Bible, whatever it is. I just hope that all my episodes, some of my episodes, has encouraged you to do just that, or maybe a little bit more. And that is the end of this episode. That is the end of season 2. I just want to say thank you to everyone who supported me, commented, liked, subscribed, followed, messaged me, just anything. I appreciate all the support and I thank you so much. Thank you for listening to me yap and just taking time out of your guys' day to tune in, whether you're watching, listening, you do both. I really appreciate it and thank you so much. I will see you guys, I was about to say next Thursday, but it won't be next Thursday. There will be no episode out on next Thursday. Um, it's muscle memory. I will see you guys season 3. Bye.